This is the next book I would like to show you. It's a very old book from 1980s, uh, and it's based on a great idea, two rooks sacrifice. Now you must understand, in the 1980s they didn't have chess base, so to find the games that they needed for making this book, they had to really watch a lot of games, a lot of games. It wasn't that easy practically. So that shows you how amazing little things like this can be, because the book is made by like 140 plus games. So imagine these two authors, Yasser Sirawan and Nikolai Minev, that both of them find all these games. Now, Minev is famous because he created a book about rook endgames. This is the book you need to have if you want to master rook endgames. Now, I would like to make a correction. I said you need to have, well, you need to read it. I have it, but I didn't read it. Okay, so my fault, yes, my bad, I admit it. I read maybe the beginning and I never finished it, so it's my fault. Now, there are so many books I want to show you, and you tell me why, where do you get all these books? Well, imagine, this is a book that the price was like $12.95, right? But I didn't pay $12.95, I paid $2 for this book. So it's an amazing book of rook sacrifices, both rooks, and it starts with a game from Vienna 1895 between Fleisig and Schlechter. Now Schlechter is a player that has his own collection of chess games, and in this beautiful book you can see also the image of Karl Schlechter. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce his name right. Obviously I'm not German or Austrian, and so yes, there can be a little problem. But there are so many books that I would like to show you, and I'm so happy that I can show you this little booklet from the 80s that has these amazing games, because chess can be fun and can be amazing at the same time, and this is it. So Fleisig was white, Schlechter was black, played in Vienna 1895. So it seems that this is Schletter's most brilliant victory. White plays b4. Now this b4, it's called, I think, the orangutan opening. Yeah, because g4 is the grob. So this is the orangutan. It can be tricky, you must be careful. I honestly won a game in a rapid at the Philadelphia Open, the tournament that everybody in US does at least once, that is very difficult to win. So you need to be prepared also for strange openings like this one. e6, bishop b2, it doesn't care to defend this. Knight f6. It's defended obviously indirectly, because you cannot take since it takes g7, but the idea is that you don't always want to defend it immediately, because you want the opponent to start to damage his own pawn structure. a3, c5. Now keep in mind that c5 is not meant to gain the pawn, it's meant probably to put pressure on that side. b5. And of course in that time Yasser Sirawan and Minev, they had only the informant encyclopedia, and they said that for white was better to play this. In that time they didn't have strong computer like today, so take the comments with a grain of salt, okay? because I didn't check the game with a modern engine, and once more this book was printed in 1991. Okay, so it's a little outdated, let's say, and I don't think they had good computers in 1991. Maybe the best computer was around 2000 as rating, maybe. Okay, so after b5, black plays d5, so great opening for black because it takes the center, right? White plays d4, but here he needed to prepare because you cannot play only d4. d4 doesn't make sense. Queen f5. So now we say why d4 is not enough. It was better e3 because you would have defended this and at the same time put the seed to keep the possibility, right? So knight c3, things are starting to go bad. Knight e4, queen d3, c takes d4, queen takes d4, and of course now there is a beautiful move by black, that is bishop c5. Why beautiful? Because f2 is behind. Once more we see the importance that white had to play e3 instead of d4, right? That's the thing. Yeah, I think the game at this point is already over. But of course, you know, white never gives up so easily. Queen takes g7, bishop takes f2, king d1, and now if you are black, please pause the video. Since you are black, you are watching from the black side, pause the video and try to find the next move by black. Obviously it's not something which protects that, right? d4, boom, amazing. So we see the fourth rook sacrifice, queen takes h8, king e7, and now there is queen takes c8. Now you say, why this knight cannot move? Try to understand why. What happened if this knight moves somewhere? But there is queen e1, checkmate. Okay, so be careful about that, right? That's the problem. d takes c3, bishop c1, and of course I would like you to try to work out what happens after queen takes b7, okay? Here there are many possibilities of a checkmate, and obviously be careful because there is this. I think you can analyze it by yourself, that's not difficult. So white continue with bishop c1, and now again this is why this game is beautiful, right? Because there was a 2 rooks sacrifice. This is the title of the book. Take my rooks. Take my rooks, please. Knight d7, boom. By the way, white, if he plays this, he will not survive. Please do your own analysis. But in the game, obviously, he played queen takes a8. While black continues with queen takes b5, bishop f4, queen d5, and now there is king c1. Now in this position, again I tell you, please pause the video and try to find, if you are black, how you would continue. Okay, let's see if you are able to find the right continuation. Now, boom, bishop e3. That's amazing, right? Bishop takes e3. Okay, how do you continue here? What do you do? Notice that white cannot escape. So there is clearly a mate in d1 in some ways. How do you do that? Black played knight f2. Boom. and you say, okay, but he can take, right? But if he takes queen d2, king b1, queen d1, king a2, queen takes c2, checkmate. Okay, so let's try to see it. Bishop takes f2, okay, queen d2, king b1, queen d1, checkmate. Okay, so let's see it again, see what we can do here to win the game, right? So I think the knight was here. What could white do? Let's say that he plays king b1. Here there would be queen b5. If he goes here, queen b2, right? And so there is no much white can do. So that's why we saw forth this line, but he still doesn't win. Cioè doesn't let black win. So very, very beautiful game. Cioè imagine. However, yes, black gave 2 rooks away, but imagine this. We are at move 17 in the game. Move 17. And white didn't move this, this, and this. 5 plus 3, 8 plus 3, 11. So it's like a queen and 2 pawns. And here the other queen is out of the game. So I hope you enjoyed this quick game by Schleckler. We will see other games from this book because they are really beautiful. And I will try to show you games played by top players, names that we know also today.